first let me acknowledge and thank you for making time to come through to this workshop. I know with a number of other service providers who happen not to make it today, they've been looking forward to the very first user training workshop in South Africa on TMA. So this is our first, but not our last, certainly. We've got our honorable guest, and some of you might have seen him the last time he was in the country, Andre Bloom, who's our partner, and also the managing director of Envision Europe. And one thing I like about Andre, every time we meet or we engage, he always shares good stories and case studies about the adoption of TMA in Europe. And I certainly assure you that even today, he will be able to share with us some of the exciting developments. And the main intention of this workshop is to capacitate users. Capacitate users with a comprehensive guide of using TMA method. And for some of the users who have used TMA, they will realize that TMA has got quite a huge table of content, if I were to call it. On the portal on the left-hand side, there's a long list of items. To a large extent, most of the people get stuck or they go as far as to conduct assessments. If you go below that, there's much more in-depth intelligence that can be utilized. So part of the purpose of the workshop is to ensure that we hone into that in-depth intelligent data and be able to understand how we can use it. We are also excited to note that this is the latest version of TMA Handbook. It has been made available to each one. It's basically one of the master core references we used when we engage with various stakeholders on the TMA aspect. And probably, Andre, when you get the podium, without probably going into details, you can just make some highlights in terms of what is in this particular one. And if you go to some of the websites, as I'll share with you some of them that we have, you start to realize that as much as TMA is a solution for your basic needs, it obviously offers a number of other, so to speak, generic, in-depth knowledge in the space of talent management. So the book, amongst others, is a book that you can use whether you've got a portal or not, because in terms of the best practice, when it comes to talent management, it becomes one of your key references. If you go into the portal, you find various instruments which you can utilize in your environment, even if it means we are not day by day using a portal. So to a large extent, what we are introducing here is a best practice. People talk of talent management as a side product or a side solution amongst many other things that they do. In TMA, we are saying this is a core. And therefore, the frame of reference becomes the TMA method as a core base in terms of talent management, and we move to other elements.